Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another upload of It's a Dyer Thing. Rob here. Before we go any further, don't forget to hit that subscribe and the notification button. This way you'll always be up to date on everything I do. Today is going to be the 2023 MT-10 SP walk around. There we have it. All right, so there you have it, right? I just had to write on in to make it even that much more fun. So again, Rob here, and this is going to be about the 2023 MT-10 SP Carbon Edition, which I like to call it. It's going to be the walk around, so I'm going to kind of go over everything I've done to this bike so far, and at the same time, if you go down below to the descriptions, you'll always you'll get all the links, and I'll try to make universal links to all the goods that I have. And again, if you have any questions or anything like that, do reach out down below and I will respond to your comments. So without any further ado, let's kind of get into the nitty and the gritty of the MT-10 SP. So as we're walking around here, you can kind of take a look. It's ever so slightly different than just a regular MT-10 because this is the MT-10 SP edition. So the big differences between the SP and the normal edition is that you have the Öhlins suspension, which is electronically controlled and adjustable, not on the fly, but at least through the ECU. And then you got a couple of other little extra stuff where you have the hand polished swing arm in the back, and then you got the lower cowl. Now, mind you, just so you guys do know, and if you need to have the information with part numbers and stuff like that, do reach out below. Here's a quick image of what it is you can do, because you actually can install the lower cowl on the non-SP version. Now this is for the 2022 and 2023 MT-10s, and then I've also seen, as you can see, that little side piece, which normally is a larger triangle right there. That is now being removed and is only placed with a small kind of hidden puck, I guess you want to call it. So anyways, so I guess the best thing to do is let's start from the back and work our way to the front. So simple. I have not changed the tie detail yet, so we're still running the stock tie detail, or the stock rear mud flap fender if you want to call it. So that hasn't changed, but I do have the one from Europe, which I will put on eventually. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. We are running the stock flashers here, so this does come standard from Yamaha. They are a nice little LED flasher, which are fairly bright. The only downside about it is there's no flex, so you got to be mindful if you're going to be parking in tight situations or tight spots. You could possibly run into a snag, and well, we've seen a lot of breakage on that. So as for the accessories here, so this is coming stock because it's the SP. That is the SP version seat, which is a comfort seat, not the actual touring or comfort seat as an accessory, but this is the SP seat. It's got a nicer suede finish to it, so it is a little bit more comfortable than the original vinyl stock seat, but there are definitely some options and upgrades for that. We are running the Yamaha rear rack, and again, I'll put down the description below with all the part numbers and stuff like that. Do check in your region. Sometimes the part numbers may differ from region to region, but this is the Yamaha genuine rear sport rack. So this allows you to put on the 39 liter top case or the 50 liter top case from Yamaha. If you don't want to use that, then do what I do, and I kind of just put a bungee net and I can use it for whatever I want. It's a fairly simple install. It only uses 4 bolts underneath, and this is the same rack that is used for MT-09 from 2016 or 2017 all the way up to 2020, and also for all of the MT-10s. So this is the exact same rack, has not changed. The mounting position also have not changed. So again, FZ and MT-09 from 2017 all the way up to 2020, and then the MT-10 or FZ-10, that was from 2017 all the way up to 2023. So if you can find something either on the used market, or if you have one that you have previously on your old bike and you're swapping out your new bike, you don't have to go out and buy a new rack. This is the exact same rack. Other than that, from the genuine accessory sides, I am running the Yamaha genuine heated grips, which are really nice. I absolutely love these guys. So this connects into the ECU and is controlled with the swivel here. So you have actually 10 adjustable settings, and then you have 3 quick settings. So you can kind of customize it to what heat setting that you want when you're stationary, and then after that, once you're rolling, you can go into the quick 3 top picks, right? So that is also the genuine Yamaha heated grips. They're also new for 2022 and up. I am running the genuine Yamaha MT-10 Sport or Touring windshield. So there is a couple of different windshields out there, but this one here is the actual touring windshield. Other than I put a little decal on it myself, but it has the same flow, same cut as the first generation MT-10. Sorry, there's a lot of pollen out here. So, but that is the Sport windshield, and it's mounted up onto the same system as anybody or as all the other windshields. It's very nice. It does cut a lot of air from your chest, so it makes riding a lot more enjoyable. Now, from there, the only other genuine part I put on, which technically in a way is kind of like an accessory, but is not, and it doesn't come standard on the MT-10, are these mirrors. If you'll notice, the mirror length, the mirror arm is longer than the actual standard MT-10 mirror. So these mirrors here are from the MT-09 and or MT-07 mirrors. The only reason is because they're just a little bit taller, a little bit longer, so you're looking less at your shoulders and more behind you. Some people like to put bar end mirrors. I'm not a big fan of that because I like to keep the bike actually in the most shortest, or not wide in diameter, but I do like to be able to see. So I went ahead and I swapped out the stock mirrors. Again, these are still stock Yamaha mirrors, but are for the MT-09 and MT-07. There's no modifications needed other than just the arm length, and that is a fairly inexpensive accessory or part to replace. We got the genuine Yamaha from Europe tank pad protector here. So other than that, that's pretty much it. So now that we've done that, let's kind of go over the carbon and the alternate accessories. We'll start off with a simple thing here. We got the brake levers, which are from FX CNC. Now, mind you, I had to do a little bit of modifications with these levers in order to get them to fit on, because there is no actual brake levers out there for the MT-10, which are also sharing the same components for the XSR 900 and the R7. Now that's all from 2022 to 2023. All of those 3 models share the same Brembo brake system. So you can find a brake system that is for the R7, which all you need is this. That's called the R17, and I will definitely put a quick link to that video on what I had to do in order to get that to fit on. But yes, I am using the FX CNC levers. These are the regular standard length levers, but they do have some nice adjustability. The only reason why I'm doing this is because this whole setup here cost me $46 versus $300 if I wanted to go with Jill's Tooling or something like that. There are definitely some really nice levers out there if you want to pay the price, but I just refused to pay the price. Other than that, we're going to go into the Yamaha Yoshimura MT-10 slip-on exhaust. So this is just a muffler, just a slip-on, right? And it came from Yamaha USA. So do check, because they are running out of their inventory. They have kind of depleted the inventory on that, and it's getting a little bit harder to find. Was it a direct bolt-on? Pretty much so. I mean, it wasn't that hard to do. I just simply removed the stock exhaust, and there's a part of the video that I can also put down below into a quick link that you can access. Basically, I just removed the stock exhaust, I removed the stock gasket and the clamp, and then I just basically fit this one over. I did have to run two loops of aluminum gasket tape just to kind of fill up the gapping just a little bit, and then I slid this exhaust on, and it's been fantastic ever since. So there's definitely that. The sound is really, really nice. Let's let you hear it, right? Come on, right? Oh, she sounded pretty, right? And then I just got some spools here that are just off of AliExpress, which is nothing really to write home about. But there you have it, right? So that's the Yoshimura badged, as you can see, the MT-10 exhaust, right? So that is just the slip-on. I have left the cat alone, and it still has the exip. And then the 4 into 2 into 1, back into 1, 1, 2, and this and that, whatever. Anyways, so that's it for that. Now, let's get into the carbon fiber. So there are a couple of companies out there that actually sell the product, and you can order it through them. There's one known one in Quebec, but they're all actually shipped in from overseas. So they are coming from from China and from other manufacturers out there. So I just basically searched around on AliExpress, and I found a couple of sellers that also do the same thing. So whether if the manufacturers during work hours are working on actual product carbon fiber pieces for big name companies and then selling them at a very high price, and then after hours they all get back together at the same manufacturer and then start making them for themselves and then selling them on the AliExpress market, that might be it, right? I do not know, don't care, it doesn't matter. It saved me a lot of money. There are only actually 3 components on this whole bike that are showing carbon fiber, which are not carbon fiber. So anyways, we'll start with the real carbon fiber pieces. So we got the back little tail here. Unfortunately, it is hidden because of the rear rack, but once I do take the rear rack off, it does have that nice little tail. And then we have the underneath the seat component. We have the rear hugger. Then we've got the exhaust, right? So that exhaust piece is really nice. That finishes it off. The MT-10 slip-on exhaust, I mean, again, that's also a carbon fiber piece that comes with the actual exhaust. So it does tie off real nice, right? I mean, it works in really, really well. We have the under tank, the air duct, and then we got the rad guard or the flasher stay, whichever you want to call it, and then the front fender. So let's kind of get into a little bit more detail on the air rad or the air intake system. As you can see, there is the tuning fork on there and then the MT-10 SP logo. So those are actually factory parts. So if you go into the parts fiche or parts catalog, whichever you want to call it, you can actually search it up. As long as you're searching for the MT-10 SP, you'll go into the components. You can actually see that the decals are there and the emblems or the logos are there. So I basically ordered them up. Right, so I've got the tuning forks on both sides, the MT-10 SP badging, and then the Yamaha badging here, right? So I just wanted to simulate and kind of make it look like the real bike. Just, you know what, it gives it that factory finish, that factory look. Other than that, the lower hugger or the lower cowling piece, the company is yet to make real carbon fiber pieces. So right now this is just a carbon fiber wrap that I had. It was a high gloss, high quality carbon fiber wrap finish. For the most part, it looks really good, I can say. I mean, you know what, it's just for the time being temporary solution until I actually get the real piece and I can put it on. The Yamaha logo there, I mean, basically all I did is just measure out the existing original logo, and with my plotter and my computer and all that, I just basically redid a new logo without having to go with the original factory one, just due to the fact that it is a wrap and I am pulling it off anyways, right? So I don't want to spend big money if I'm only putting it on just to rip it off in a few moments later, or anyways, once they create the actual piece. The little side pucks here, I guess you want to call it, right? So the frame covers, whatever it may be. This is new for the 2022-2023. Those are also have not been done in real carbon fiber, so that's just a wrap for the time being. Then other than that, we've got the fender. I love this fender. This is the actual Same design, same style as the R1 MT-10. It's got the same cutouts. So the fenders itself, even the carbon fiber pieces, there was very little modifications that needed to be done in order for it to install. They do come with collars and they come with hardware if you need the hardware and stuff like that, but the finish are very, very beautiful. No modifications again. The only thing that I had to do, and I'm not very super happy with, was the actual rad covers and the rad covers slash flasher mounts. You can see on the inside it does have kind of like a carbon fiber finish, but that is not a carbon fiber finish. It's actually a wrap over the plastic housing. So I am using the original existing housing. Again, there's a short video from my previous build of the bike. I can put the link again down below and put a tag up here that you can connect to it. It will show you exactly what it is I had to do in order to do that. I mean, overall, it still looks okay. It's fine. I mean, you'd really have to kind of get down right and close and personal to see that, you know what, the inner parts are not carbon fiber, but they're working out okay, right? So again, it looks nice. I don't see any complaints on that. So again, we got that little side puck there piece. It does come with factory quick shift. Now that is fun because that's a quick shift up and down on the MT-10s. That also works for XSR9 and the new MT-09s. So a lot of fun for sure. Chain guide, or the front portion of the chain guard again, that's also being swapped out. In order to get that installed, you actually have to take the whole rear wheel off. It's not that hard. I mean, you know what, you're doing it anyways when you're doing your chain adjustment. And then the last piece that's not a real carbon fiber piece was the R1. This is the R1, not the MT-10. This is the R1 aluminum chain guard that I bought, and it comes in black, badged with the R1 logo on it, which you don't really see it now because it's being wrapped again also in the carbon fiber finish. So that kind of just ties off the whole thing there. So other than that, there's nothing else really out there that is made for carbon fiber for this bike yet. There are a couple of things that one could do to finish it off with a wrap, but for the most part, I think it's nice. The whole goal behind this bike was to make it just like the R1M, right? I mean, that's what it was all about. It was to kind of match it up with the R1M, and hopefully we do have one at work, and I'm hoping to take it out of the job site very soon, out of the barn storage, so I can put them side by side and get some real nice pictures. I think that would be, it would highlight the bike that much more, and that was kind of the goal of what I wanted to do. Again, was just to make that already unique SP bike that much nicer. Oh, before I forget, there is one other alternate accessory I did put on here because I can see it right now. That is the handlebar risers. So these are the 25mm handlebar risers that I also picked up from AliExpress. They were only like 30 bucks or something like that. Really, really inexpensive. Mind you, if you are going to put these handlebar risers on, unfortunately they are a little bit taller than what I wanted and what I like. I would have went with a 20mm, so I might even take these ones and have them machined down. The only thing here you'll notice is I had to move up the braided fuel line. So you can see I kind of moved up the rubber grommet mounting point from the collar that holds it in place, and the same thing here as well. So, I mean, it's not a big issue. Again, you know, nobody would probably noticed it, but in order to get the less pressure off of that joint right there, the bend, I didn't want to stress that joint, and I didn't want to stress the bend, and at the same time I do like to keep my handlebars in a nice position. As you can see, they're kind of a little bit further over forward, just because I like a little bit more of an aggressive stance. But other than that, that's it. Nothing else done. I've yet to decide if I'm going to put any wheel decals on there or anything like that. I think for the most part it's going to stay the way it is, but I'm very, very pleased with this bike. I like it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun to ride. 2023 offers a lot of features, right? So all the electronic controls, all the mapping and stuff like that, and you can really dial it in to set for your experience, needs, desires, roads, conditions, which is really cool, right? So, but other than that, it's a fantastic bike. MT-10 2023 SP Carbon Edition. So thank you for doing a walk around with me here. And again, if you guys have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, do love to hear from you. But other than that, we are now just coming into mid-May. We're about to go out for a nice northern ride. I've got around 450 kilometers on this bike right now, so it's definitely still in the break-in procedure. As I'm just getting used to the bike and just taking it super easy, super slowly. I don't want to overdo it anyways, because you're in break-in procedure. But once that's done, hopefully by the end of this weekend, it's going to be all balls out. So until next time, y'all be safe, y'all have fun, be care, take care, be good, and until next time, keep it covered. All right, bye-bye.